Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastav and welcome to Code with BK. So in this video, we write Java code solution for question 10 of ISC 2024 Computer Science Specimen Paper, which is this question. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel, because out of 100 viewers, only 1 or 2 are subscribed, and a subscription is very important. So please do subscribe to my channel. So let's begin. So this is the question 10 that has been given to you. So take a minute and give this a reading. Okay, so this question is of inheritance, concept of inheritance in Java, and it says that you have been given a class circle. It has already been defined. So assume that the superclass circle has been defined. You have to define the class volume, okay, which is the subclass of circle. Okay, so there are a couple of ambiguities here which I am going to address as we complete the code. So let me write the class circle first, okay, then I'll write the class volume. So this is the class circle. I have kept it hidden because you won't be given the implementation for circle class. I will show this to you when we test and run the code. Okay. So we define a class volume. Okay, and this is a subclass of circle. So extends circle. Okay. So the first part here is data members, height and volume. To store the height of cylinder in decimals, store the volume cylinder in decimals. It means the data type for both height and volume is double. So private double HEIGST height, private double volume. So whenever you are defining classes in solutions to ISC computer science papers, you always keep the data members to private and constructors and member methods to public. Okay. So member methods are, first is the constructor, so public volume. Okay. Now this says it parameterized constructor to assign values to data members of both the classes. Okay. So data member in class circle has a radius, okay, and an area. But this radius is the only value you need to calculate the area. Okay, because you have a separate calculate area method that calculates area based upon pi r square. Okay, so the only value this class circle needs is a radius. So I am going to take one value radius. Okay, and in your second class, their data members are height and volume. Again, you can calculate the volume if you have height and radius, okay, using pi r square h. So for this second class, the only member you need is height, so I take height. Okay, I pass this radius value to this class circles constructor, so I say super radius. Okay, so this super called to the constructor to the super class should be the first line in the constructor of the subclass. Okay, and then we say this dot height is height. Okay, or you can simply say double HH, you can say height is HH, not to be confused. Now here we can set this dot volume to 0. Okay, even if you don't, by default this takes the value 0, but I will set this 0. Okay, because the requirements say set assign values to data members of both the classes. Okay, the next part is double calculate to calculate return the volume of the cylinder using formula this. Okay, so I'll say public double calculate. Okay, and it does not take any arguments. Okay, so you have to calculate the volume and return it, so you simply return pi r square h. Okay, so we use pi's values from math.pi, okay, into radius into radius into HEIGST height. Okay, now using this radius from the superclass. Okay, and we don't have a getter method for radius in this superclass, right? So we assume that this radius is accessible in the subclass, that is the access modifier for this radius data member is protected. Okay, so that I can use this radius. Okay, or if I was able to get the area as well, right? So if this suppose was double calculate area and the return value was the area, right? So I could have gotten pi r square from here, the return value, and then I would have multiplied it by h. Okay, because this member method is public, but we don't have a return value here, so we have to use the radius to calculate pi r square. Okay, okay, so my calculate method is done. The next part is display. Okay, so public void display. Okay, so you display the area of the circle and volume of a cylinder. So to display the area, we call calculate area of the superclass. So I say super dot calculate area. Okay, so cal area, sorry. Okay, and then we display the volume of the cylinder. So I say system dot out dot println volume. Okay, is okay. So the thing here is, are we actually storing the volume in this variable before we are printing it? So suppose if I create an object of this class, okay, this constructor is called, okay, we should call superclass constructor, radius is set, height is set, and volume is set to 0. And if I call calculate, this method will return this value calculated to from where the function is being called. So after creating the object, constructor is called, calculate method is called, volume is still not set. There is nowhere that we say volume is the return value of this. So in the display method we say volume is calculate. Okay, alright, because this method calculate is simply responsible for calculating and returning the volume of the cylinder. Somewhere you'll have to actually set the volume. Okay, so we are doing this in this display method. You could have also done this here in this constructor. Okay, so that the moment this is created, you use calculate method to set the volume, and then you don't use it here. Okay, so I'll keep this to 0. Okay, and you will see always it works. Okay, okay, so this completes my volume class, in which I have to specify the constructor, calculate, and display. Okay, now it says super class main function is not to be written. Okay, but I will write a main to test this out. Public static void main, creating a volume class, passing the values 3, 4. 3 is the radius, 4 is the height. Okay, and now let me show you this circle class. Okay, so now this circle takes only the radius as discussed earlier, because you can calculate the area using the radius. You don't need this area to be passed here as well. Okay, again the area is set to 0 here, and you are setting the area in this calculate area method, and finally you are displaying the area. Okay, all right, so let me compile this. Okay, works. Java ISC 2024 question 10. Okay, so volume is this. Okay, if I do super dot I have to do super dot display also. Okay, so super dot display. Okay, and then compile and run again. Okay, area, circle, and volume. Okay, if I don't do this, the area is not calculated and you will get area as 0. Clear, compile. Okay, so area is 0 because you're just calling the display, you're not calculating the area. Okay, so you have to calculate it first and then display. All right, so this is the solution to this problem, and I hope this was helpful. So other questions to IC 2024 computer science specimen paper are already solved and uploaded. The links to those videos I will add in the description of this video. You can check it out. And if you have any doubts in this question, or if there is a part you don't understand, please let me know in the comments. I always answer to your queries in the comments. So I hope this was helpful. You like this video, so please let me know your thoughts about this video. And you can always let me know in the comments if there is a question you want to solve, or if there is a concept you want to discuss. Thank you.